Hi guys, it's Jay again from My Abba's Wind. I am back to do the 2022 reading of the new year for the sign of Gemini. Um, if you've not seen my previous videos, I am a priestess in the Afro-Cuban tradition. So I will be doing this reading from an Afro-Cuban spiritualist perspective. It will cover not only love, but it will cover just in general love, money, career, and health. Okay. If you like what I'm doing, please like the video, definitely share, and certainly subscribe. I really appreciate each and every one of my subs. If you have any questions or if you would like a private reading, you can email me at ayabaswind, WYND999 @gmail.com. Just keep in mind, this is a general reading, so some of the information may apply to you, all of it may apply, or none of it may apply. And the energies can take place over the next several days, several weeks, or several months. And they will last based on how you address the challenges that come up in the reading. Okay. So basically, what Spirit is saying is that the soldier never sleeps during battle. So this is a hot spiritual energy that is around you or that's going to be around you in the next few months. And it's, Spirit is talking about like you definitely have enemies. And that, I'm hearing there's no rest for the weary. So you got to keep your eyes open. And basically, you got to sleep with one eye open. All right. And you got to definitely, if you haven't started your prayer and your meditation, your mantras, your spiritual baths, your white baths, and all of that, Spirit is saying that now is the perfect time to start. Okay. Spirit is warning you to be careful of the law and fire. Okay. So just be careful of, candles in your home, operating the stove and, any frayed wires and things like that. Um, and Spirit's talking about, your head may need to be um, spiritually clean. So, how could you do that? Okay. If you're not particularly in my tradition, you could, get some coconut water, pure coconut water, and wash your head in the pure coconut water. Okay. Just pure coconut water. And as you're washing your head, you're saying prayers for clarity, for to get rid of any chaotic thinking and confusion. And then you could wrap your head in white. You could put a little bit of cocoa butter on the top of your head. Okay. Wear white on your head, sleep in white, wear white clothing. You need to do a lot of spiritual cleanings and white baths to keep this hot energy that's around you to cool it down a bit. Okay. Spirit is saying like at this time you shouldn't have any firearms in the house, no guns and things like that, and don't carry them either, okay? Because it can pull the energy to you, and you could potentially, run into some challenges and problems with that. Spirit's talking about you have many, many, many enemies, all right, that are wishing you ill will, okay? And the spirit is talking about something with fire, you and fire. So you got to be careful of lighting up things, because you could potentially catch on fire. Your clothing could catch on fire, or maybe you're dreaming about you and fire or catching on fire, okay? A spirit is saying that, these enemies that you have, they've done some brujeria, some witchcraft, some spell work to make you fail materially, meaning, they want you to lose your job, to lose your money, lose your home and stability. Okay. So spirit is saying that you need to, do some spiritual baths in addition to the white bath, and probably before the white bath you should do a Quita Maldición bath, Rompe Saragüey bath, um, and um, and then eventually an Abre Camino bath, okay? And these baths should be taken for either 3, 5, or 7 days in a row. And once you make the bath, you can refrigerate it and spread it out over the day so you don't have to keep making it over and over again. Okay, Spirit is talking about if you are masculine energy, Spirit is saying that you got to be careful of feminine energies trying to tie you down and lock you down. okay, either through, a pregnancy, like a pregnancy trap, or some kind of spell work that's being done, okay? Spirit is saying, at this time, when you engage in conversations with people, don't speak unless you know what you're talking about, because Spirit is saying your mouth is going to get you in trouble, okay? Spirit's saying, like, you know, sometimes you can distrust the most honest people that are in your circle. And Spirit is saying that's not good. That's a bad decision. Like, you can lose valuable people. Okay. And Spirit's saying, like, as far as like, borrowing people's clothes, wearing other people's clothing, going thrifting, and things of that nature, now is not the time to do that. Just keep in mind, you know, if you wear clothing that is owned by other people, those other people have left their spiritual imprint in the clothing. So there's no amount of you washing the clothes 100 times, 1,000 times, and bleach and ammonia that's going to get rid of that spiritual imprint. So Spirit is saying, don't wear other people's clothes. Now's not a good time to wear stripes, because that's kind of chaotic, and you don't need that energy with you. You got to watch, getting upset and angry, because Spirit is saying the blood is going to rush to your head and it can cause like an explosion, okay? Um, and you could possibly even lose your sight, okay? Spirit's talking about, with the masculines who are watching this, Spirit is warning about impotency. So, impotency can happen for a number of reasons. It can come from, like, substance abusing. It could be caused by that. It can be caused by, different chemicals in your diet. It can be caused by overuse of your sex organ. Okay, there's a number of things that impotency can be caused by, and Spirit is saying, like, you can lose your virility in the streets. So Spirit is saying, like, you got to be careful with how you use your um quote unquote magic stick, in the words of 50 Cent, okay, from his song Magic, the Magic Stick. But anyway, you got to be careful of how you're using your magic stick out in the street, okay? If you are community property and you're spreading love around the whole entire, hood, Spirit is saying that you could lose your ability to get it up, and that will be as a consequence of your actions. And so Spirit is talking about, on the other hand, like, no bullying of people, okay? Because, like I said, this energy is hot that's around you. No red, because red creates a lot of heat. Red is very energized and charged, and so you don't need that with you right now. Spirit is saying that someone wants to accuse you of something, so just be prepared and be watchful, because someone is really wanting to accuse you of something, okay? And Spirit wants you to always be aware of what's happening. Okay, you cannot take a break in this period of time where this energy, this hot energy, is spiritual energy is around you. You cannot take a break. Okay, Spirit is saying, for some of you have had a near death experience, which has caused a bit of paranoia in your life and has caused anxiety. Okay, and Spirit is just acknowledging this. But Spirit is saying you got to be careful that you're not the cause of your problems, all right? And try to rectify any issues that come about. And remember, there's always a solution to a problem. You just got to think about it. Spirit's saying, with the masculine energies that are watching this, some of you are never satisfied with your woman. There's always something that you're looking for that you claim your woman is not doing, okay? And this is going to create like a vicious cycle of potential cheating and abuse and overuse of your magic stick, okay? So, Spirit is like, try and appreciate, what you have in front of you, okay? Because the other way is not a good way to move about, okay? Spirit's saying because this energy is so hot, you can um you can take a bucket of hot water and mop your house out from back to front, okay, and throw that water out in the street if you can. And then fill up a bucket of ice cold water and mop in from the front to the back, okay, to kind of cool that energy down. All right, Spirit is saying that, you know, two people are so alike, okay, in personality that they don't get along. Okay, people just don't get along. These two people don't get along. It could be a relative, a spouse, a business partner, but spirit is saying you got to watch for that. Spirit is saying that you got to watch for losing your head. So you got to make sure that you are alcohol free, drug free, pill popping free. Okay, because spirit is saying the potential to lose your head is really big here. It's a lot of spiritual heat that can cause you to lose it, okay? Spirit is saying that, you have challenges with dealing with people who are just like you. Um, and Spirit is saying that if you are feminine who's watching this, you may tend to have a very masculine, aggressive quality to you, which, at times can be useful, but at other times it can be off putting to people. Okay. Spirit is saying that you will need a lot of work. A lot of work is going to be required to get your relationship to be successful. Okay. And Spirit is saying that you have difficulty with being with one person all the time. You need your space, you need your personal space, you need to be able to expand and grow, okay? Spirit's also saying that you got a razor sharp tongue, so you got to learn to curb your tongue. Spirit is saying that there are potential enemies, there's potential betrayal that's around you, and the betrayal is really big. We have a saying like friend kills friend. So, who was once your best friend now could be your enemy. And that if it hasn't happened, it could soon happen. Okay. So spirit is looking, for you to take inventory of what you have. Things may have looked good in the very beginning. Things may have appeared very rich and abundant, but now you're reflecting on things, you're reflecting on people, and you're like, wait, like, there's really not much to this, okay? And spirit is saying essentially that your personal life is breaking up and you have an idea that your personal life is falling apart, okay? And so, you know, you could potentially be close to reaching the end of your rope where you can't tolerate any more of what's going on. So spirit is saying you at this time, because things are very volatile, you got to watch your temper, okay? Wear a lot of white, like I said, and stay cool, okay? The color white is going to be very cooling to balance out that heat that's around you. Spirit's talking about, you got to put your dreams and your hopes back in to your life, okay? Because no dreams and no aspirations equals an early death, okay? you know uh, so spirit is saying like you got to find something that's going to inspire you, okay? Whether it's going to an art show, taking vocal lessons, taking lessons to play an instrument, going to dance classes. Spirit is saying that you need to reinvigorate yourself, reinvent yourself, okay? And let down your guard so you can find your passion again, because spirit's saying things can be very mundane and routine, okay? And spirit is saying like that's not good. You need a little spice, and maybe that's why that heat is around you, okay? Spirit's talking about even the walls have ears. So you got to be careful talking your business. You got to be careful talking business in your house. You got to be careful talking business around your neighbors. Okay, Spirit is saying that, people are listening. And Spirit wants you to make sure that you do not make your plans be known, okay? Because you can lose your blessings, negative things can happen to what you originally planned, which was supposed to be good, but then things can turn rather quickly. Spirit's talking about that there could be um, some kind of curse that has been placed upon you, either at birth or someone is actively cursing you and wishing your downfall. Okay, which may lead you to feel like, you know, feeling like a little bit crazy. Spirit's talking about you possibly losing your head, okay? And Spirit is saying you're not crazy, but sometimes people think you are, okay? So you gotta monitor and kind of self-reflect periodically, just to make sure, that you are presenting yourself well, okay? Spirit is talking about at this time, you gotta watch where you eat. You got to watch for food poisoning. you know um Not that someone would necessarily deliberately poison your food, but sometimes people's food handling practices are kind of suspect, so you got to watch that, okay? Spirit is saying that sometimes you test others to see if they love you, all right? And, sometimes in that testing of others, there may be a little lie here or there, or somewhere in the mix. And Spirit is saying that you could get trapped in your lies. Okay. You could get trapped due to lying. So, only lie to save your life. All right. Basically, Spirit is saying that there is a partner that is planning on leaving you if they haven't left already, but they're Spirit is saying that there's a partner that's planning on leaving you for someone. All right. So you got to watch for a potential scandal or some kind of disgrace that can result from this. Okay. You know, Spirit is talking about, as far as, your childhood, Spirit is saying that, there there was a problem with a parent, or there is a problem with one of your parents, okay? So you have to set your prayers in motion to, you know ask the divine to help you to resolve those issues with this person, okay? Spirit is talking about the lining of your bed for some of you, okay? Spirit is saying check the lining of your bed really good, all right? And Spirit's talking about, at this time, don't cry wolf. If you don't need the help or assistance, if you don't really need to borrow money, or, get the assistance that you claim you need, don't ask for it, okay? Just wait until you really need it, okay? Because you need to keep your head clear at this point. You got to keep your head clean. You got to keep your head wrapped in white, wear a lot of white hats and things of that nature. Spirit is talking about this potential war or revolution that is coming to your doorstep, okay? It's sort of like the tower moment, and so Spirit wants you to be good and ready and prepared for what comes. And Spirit's talking about, whenever this war comes, do not argue, because the law may come to your door and may not listen to you, okay? So you always have to try your best to appear to be the level-headed one, okay? Because someone is doing some kind of brujeria, witchcraft, to make you to go crazy, to make you lose your head, okay? And so Spirit is saying you got to stay cool, calm, and collected. Take those white baths, wash your head, in the white bath if you can, or a coconut water, and just stay cool, calm, and collected. Spirit is also talking about you watching for, contracts and signing papers and things of that nature, because there could be a stipulation in that contract that talks about, something about taking your business away or taking assets away. All right. On the health side of things, Spirit is wanting you to monitor your kidneys, and your genitals. Okay. So make sure you're going to the doctor and you're getting STD checks, you're, getting your urinalysis done, and making sure that your kidneys and your genitals are, healthy and strong. So please go every 3 to 6 months. Spirit is saying that someone in your house, or someone very close to you, and this may be you, could be having some kind of foot problem, foot or leg problem. So Spirit is just acknowledging this. And also Spirit is wanting you to make sure you assess your throat, to see that you're not sick, okay? Um, and Spirit is also talking about there's could potentially be a sick child. And this, of course, is only, if you have children or you're around children, but Spirit is mentioning a sick child here. Spirit is also talking about like if you are in property battles or if someone has passed away or there's a house kind of in probate or whatever, Spirit is saying that there's going to be a lawsuit or some legal issues about this particular house. Okay. And Spirit is saying that, you know, in order to help you to get through these things, you need to really kind of tap into your ancestral lineage, your ancestral spirits, your ancestors. Okay, so you could set up an ancestor shrine, a miniature ancestor shrine. You could put down a glass of water, a white candle. You could put down a bouquet of flowers. Black coffee. A bowl of fruits, sweets, cookies, candies. You could put down some liquor. Any kind of tobacco that your ancestors smoked, and so, tap into them. You can say light, peace, and progress to the spirit of, and then start saying their names. Okay. And then after you do that, you knock 3 times, and then you say, look, I come before you here today to thank you for all the blessings you bestowed upon me and my family. I need your help. Such and such is not working out. Boom, boom, boom. And you start to pray to them. And when you're finished, you tap 3 times and you say thank you and you keep it moving, okay? Because Spirit is saying that, your ancestors are going to be the key to you overcoming obstacles, that are in your life. Spirit is talking about, the wrong you have done, don't do it again, okay? So Spirit is, has very high expectations for you. You did it once, don't do it again, all right? The Spirit is saying that the law is around you. There's legal issues, there's people of the law around you, investigators, police officers, and so Spirit is saying something that you covered up, Spirit is watching you. And 2022 is definitely going to be heavy on the karma. Okay, in your heart being weighed against the feathers, your heart is light as a feather. Okay, Spirit is talking about the Spirit is watching you very much so this year, but Spirit is talking about, for some of you Geminis, you may tend to be very critical, and that criticism can cost you, friendships, relationships. It can cost you not seeing people's worth, okay, and not valuing people, okay. So you definitely got to be careful, of being critical, too critical of people, okay. And also, again, Spirit is talking about, you got to be careful with signing contracts and things of that nature. Guys, there is a lot of heat. So the whole goal for you in the next couple of months is to stay cool, calm, and collected. Wear a lot of white clothing, sleep in white sheets and bedding. Take white baths, do a lot of prayers and mantras for protection, mantras for love, mantras for abundance, and really get in your zone spiritually, because Spirit is saying that there's attacks. Okay, there's an attack approaching. And some of you who are watching, you could literally be in the military. Okay. And Spirit is acknowledging that, and Spirit is saying, like, you should know, soldier, you don't sleep in battle, you sleep with one eye open. Okay, so Spirit is definitely wanting you to take charge of that. You can put down a glass of water with either a camphor square or anil, which is the liquid bluing, and you can put that behind your door to kind of trap negative energy. Um, and then periodically you can throw that water out to the street, away from your house, or you can flush it down the toilet if you can't do that, just to kind of keep your home clear and clean of any negative energies. Of course, smoke your house out with frankincense and myrrh and copal, COPAL, which is the resin that you burn on the quick light charcoal. Okay. And so you want to go throughout your house and clean it. You definitely want to let the light in and let fresh air into your house, periodically, at least once a week. And just really keep the energy, upbeat. Okay. But other than that, if you like what I'm doing, please like the video, definitely share, and certainly subscribe. And if you'd like a private reading, you can definitely email me at ayabaswind, WYND 999 at gmail.com. So I will see you in a few days for your Love Tarot pop up for January. And ciao.